Tiffany with the Design Memory Craft design team, and I want to show you our 3 new textural accents that we just launched at CHA 2014. We have our whipped spackle, which is sort of in between embossing powder and modeling paste. Our glass bead glitter gel. This was a huge hit. It's got little micro beads in it with some glitter. And then our chalkboard paint. So we're going to make a fun keepsake cupcake, and I'm going to show you how. Let's begin. First thing we're going to do is prepare our icing, and we're using the whipped spackle as our icing with a little bit of glitter gel on top just as an accent. And I'm going to show you, you could use this white or as is because it does dry white, or you can mix it with a gelato of choice. So I have cotton candy. Color it down on your palette. You can also use butcher's paper or wax paper if you don't have a palette. Then you're going to take that and mix it in. I'm going to use more. You can see that the moisture from the whipped spackle blends that gelato color right off, and the gelatos are completely water soluble, so you won't have any problems blending your whipped spackle to custom colors. So I just collect it all into a center, and then I have a Ziploc bag. You can use an icing bag if you prefer. This is cheap and on hand, so that's what I'm going to use. And you just pick it up with your palette knife, stuff it down, and then you just push it all the way down because that's what you're going to use to pipe. And do the same thing with the glass bead gel, but first I would clean up the palette. Now we're going to make the cupcake itself, and I purchased this green foam from the floral section in Michael's, and all you have to do is figure out how high you want it to be. Set this aside. Now we get to choose our cake flavor, and I'm going to make chocolate, so I'm going to use the chocolate gelato, and you can color directly onto the foam. So these work on all sorts of surfaces, foam included. So now you don't have to color the bottom because that's going to be hidden. You just want to get the top and the sides, and now you adhere this into the cupcake wrapper. For the icing, we're going to go back to our tinted whipped spackle. Remember, we tinted this with gelato. And you're just going to cut the tip and then pipe it on. You can do whatever design you want. I'm going to try and do a swirl. Here's my cupcake all piped with the tinted whipped spackle. I'm just going to go over it with the glass bead gel. So you can use the gelatos in many different ways, including altering your embellishments. And I have some wood veneer stars, a wooden ruler, a Prima flower, and the Prima leaves. And I'm just going to dye them or tint them with the gelatos. cupcake is still wet and your embellishments have the heat set, this is going to be our pennant with the year. So go ahead and stick that through the cupcake right in the center. And then you can arrange your embellishments however you want. So now you just set this aside to dry and work on your pennant with the chalkboard paint. With the Design Memory Craft chalkboard paint, a little goes a long way. It is very opaque. So just take a strip and on any cardstock or pattern paper, color a strip. See how opaque that is? And then just heat set that. And I'm going to show you how our chalkboard paint works with all of our mediums. So it works with Gelato. It also works with our colored pencils, even our Pitt pastel pencils. So if you want the traditional chalkboard look, use it with the Pitt pastel pencils. My favorite thing to use on them are our metallic Pitt pens. So set this aside to dry. I usually set mine aside to dry for 24 hours, and we can work on the cupcake box. My cupcake box. You can use a craft box, a white box. I have these polka dots. I thought it would be really cool in contrast to the colorful cupcake. So you just go ahead and assemble your box. It's very opaque, so you only need 1 or 2 coats depending on the box that you chose. And go ahead and heat set that to dry. Let's add the insert down, and you can add your cupcake. And now you have a fun keepsake cupcake. I'm going to use this for Lillian's 2nd birthday, but you could use it for a coworker or a teacher. It's just a nice, sweet keepsake for someone who likes to collect these kinds of things or put crafts on display. Again, this was Tiffany from the Design Memory Craft design team, here to show you how to use our 3 new mediums. So we have chalkboard paint, whip spackle, and glass bead glitter gel. And then we have our other texture mediums as well, like our gel medium, our glaze, and our gesso. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching.